The glass slipped in my hand before I even realized I was letting go. It hit the floor with a sharp crack that cut through the hum of laughter around the table. For a moment, I couldn't hear anything else. Not the clinking of forks, not the polite coughs or forced chuckles from our guests, not even her voice. Just the echo of her words circling in my skull. To my future divorce settlement. She had said it with a smile, as if it were nothing more than a clever punchline at my expense. Everyone laughed. Everyone except me. I sat frozen, staring at the woman I had promised my life to, the woman I thought I knew better than anyone else. Her dark hair framed her face in soft waves, her lips still curved in amusement, her eyes darting toward me with the kind of glimmer people mistake for charm, but I now realized might have been mockery all along. I forced my mouth into a weak smile, pretending I was in on the joke, even though my chest felt like it was caving in. The laughter at the table swelled, and then settled into the usual chatter. Plates shifted, wine poured, but I couldn't move. The warmth of the room felt stifling, the candlelight too harsh. My birthday dinner, my friends, my family, her betrayal, wrapped neatly inside a toast. All night I tried to convince myself I had misheard, misinterpreted, misunderstood. But the truth gnawed at me every time she leaned across the table to whisper something to the man seated beside her. Not a stranger, but a co-worker she'd accidentally invited when I asked her to send out the dinner notices. He laughed too hard at her jokes. His hand brushed hers more than once, too casually, as if it wasn't the first time. My stomach churned. I wanted to scream, to slam my fists on the table, to demand the truth in front of everyone. Instead, I swallowed my rage with every sip of bitter wine. The night dragged on. Conversations blurred. I laughed when expected, nodded when required, but my mind replayed her toast over and over, each time cutting deeper. Later, after everyone left, I confronted her. What was that supposed to mean? My voice was low, trembling not with fear but with the weight of betrayal. She didn't flinch. She stood at the sink, rinsing wine glasses, her reflection in the kitchen window layered over the black night outside. It was a joke. Don't be so sensitive. A joke? About divorcing me. Her silence stretched, the only sound the steady stream of water. Then she set the glass down and turned to face me, her expression unreadable. Maybe it wasn't just a joke. The air thinned around me. My hands curled into fists at my sides. What are you saying? I'm saying I've been unhappy for a long time. I thought you noticed. Unhappy. The word hit harder than I expected. My mind scrambled through months, years of small moments. Her late nights at work, her sudden disinterest in our rituals, the way she avoided my touch sometimes. Red flags I had painted over with excuses. Why him? I asked, my voice cracking. Her eyes flickered, guilt passing like a shadow across her face. She didn't answer, and that silence told me everything. That night I lay awake, staring at the ceiling while she slept beside me, her breath steady, as if unburdened by the words she'd flung at me. Every inhale of hers was another reminder that she was already gone, even if her body still lay inches away. My thoughts spiraled. Anger boiled, then cooled into despair. I remembered the early days of our marriage, when her laugh had been my favorite sound, when she clung to me as if I were the only person in the world who could make her feel safe. When had that changed? And why hadn't I seen it? The clock ticked through the night. I stared at her profile in the dim light, trying to reconcile the woman I married with the stranger beside me. In the days that followed, I watched her differently. Her phone always face down on the counter. Her smile too quick when his name lit up the screen. Her excuses to stay late at work multiplied, flimsy and transparent. I had no proof, only the slow suffocation of intuition pressing against my ribs. I didn't confront her again. Not yet. I needed the truth laid bare, undeniable. So I followed her. One evening, after she said she'd be working late, I parked across the street from her office. My heart pounded as I watched her exit, not alone, but with him. They walked too close. Their laughter carried too easily. When his hand settled on her back as they disappeared into the glow of a restaurant, the world around me blurred. It was the confirmation I dreaded and expected all at once. Back home, I sat at the dining table, the remnants of my birthday still scattered around. The torn wrapping paper, the half-empty bottle of wine, the unused candles. She had given me a watch that night, engraved with the words "Forever yours." Forever. I laughed bitterly, the sound hollow in the empty room. When she came home hours later, smelling faintly of his cologne, I didn't ask where she'd been. I didn't need to. Weeks passed. The distance between us widened into a canyon. Conversations were hollow, meals eaten in silence. I could feel the end approaching, slow but certain, like a storm rolling over the horizon. And yet, part of me clung to her still, to the memories, to the hope that maybe I was wrong, that maybe this was salvageable. But every glance, every lie, every absence hammered the truth deeper into my chest. One night, unable to hold it in any longer, I told her. I know. She froze mid-step, her coat half off. Know what? About him. About everything. Her face crumpled, 1,000 emotions colliding, fear, guilt, defiance. She didn't deny it. She didn't apologize. She only said, I didn't want you to find out like this. And that was it. The final nail. Now I sit alone in the same restaurant where she made her toast. The candles flicker, the hum of other diners fills the air, but all I hear are her words echoing still. To my future divorce settlement. She thought it was clever. I think it was prophetic. The papers are signed. The house is quiet. My birthday feels like a lifetime ago. I raise a glass, not to her, not to the wreckage of what we were, but to the silence that follows. To the truth, I whisper. And I drink.